I realized as a young adult that I really did want to spend time teaching, maybe not in the classroom, but that my path was going to be continue on in my interest in education. And so when it came to my senior year, environmental studies students were required to write a thesis. So mine was titled A New Paradigm for Education. We didn't use the word sustainability back in 1983 and 84, but if I reread my thesis today, I would be talking about the integration of both the environment, the economy, and society, and the role of environmental education becoming part of the solutions for the future. And so wanting to be a change maker, that was my idea, was that I could do that through education. Shelburne Farms' mission was always around education. We all have unofficial titles. Mine is Mission Mama.
Shelburne Farms is both a working farm and an education center where not only do they have educational programs, but they train educators. So they're really passionate about the ripple effect that education can have beyond the farm. And I'm really passionate about teaching people to be pollinator protectors themselves. And so working with Shelburne Farms as an organization whose mission is to inspire action beyond the campus has been a really special way to think about my work.
We very early on in the education program development started working closely in partnership with educators and offering professional learning opportunities for them. And that's really where a lot of my work has been here on the farm. Now today, it's hard to believe, we have 1,500 teachers a year that we connect with. We're trying to transform the education system so that it becomes meaningful and relevant to the world that we live in and to the future. And so we're creating a groundswell of educators around the world who are also committed to education for sustainability.
There's a statistic now that human beings in the last, 200 years are woefully disconnected from the land. Many people don't know where their food comes from. And it is as simple as getting people on the farm to feel a sense of being reconnected to something much larger and what has absolute bearing on their health on this planet.
We're so lucky that we have this campus where all the big ideas of sustainability can come alive and be real and be authentic. We can think about our dependence on soil, clean water, about energy, not just conserving, but moving into actually improving the quality of life around us.
We would bring students from urban areas, and our partnership with Shelburne Farms included a day that we would spend 20 students. We'd take them onto the farm and we'd show them the hen house, and they'd chase after hens and find the eggs. And they literally might not have ever seen eggs outside of a carton at a grocery store. And a fresh tomato. Not to say that they might not have ever tasted it before, but when you pluck it off of the vine and you eat it right there in the garden, that's an experience that is essential.
At the end of the day, I know Shelburne Farms has made a difference in the world. When we have a teacher who tells us how we've rekindled their soul for teaching. And we know that there's nothing that can be more powerful in changing the world than an inspired teacher.
Seeing kids learning new species of bugs and getting excited to plant gardens, that's also an amazing impact of my work. And so I'm really lucky to have the farm as an extension of UVM's campus for my PhD work. And I'm really grateful to Megan for helping support that work and make it happen.
I can continue to do this work in the face of climate change, in the face of cuts to funding, in the face of children finding it harder to learn. I can do this work because of the people at Shelburne Farms, and that person that inspired all of that is Megan. The things that she works on, they're important. They're important for children, for educators, for the land. So that's why she appears tireless to the rest of us. She can't help but feel committed to that all the time.
When you can find that sweet spot where you can align what your values are and what you really care about with the work that you do, and actually, it becomes your job, that's an incredible, experience.
I don't think we fully realize how much of her life she's given to not just the farm, but the community at large. I just wish for her that she knows that she is so deeply loved by so many people.